Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited to continue my web series. I know it's been a few weeks, but I'm ready to get back to it. So today I'm going to be talking about my journey with mental health. I think it's something that needs to be talked about more. I don't think there's enough advocates for it, and I think every single person should advocate for mental health because in today's day and age, I think especially with technology being more prevalent, a lot of people suffer, especially with anxiety and depression. Those are the two things that I have been struggling with, especially anxiety, and so I just wanted to talk about my journey with it and leaves a few resources down below in my bio because I've been meaning to do that for a long time because a lot of people have come to me with their own journey and issues, and so I thought I would be a good light to bring, or that would be a good way to bring that to light. So yeah, I'll just start at the beginning of my story. So growing up, we never talked about mental health in my family. It just wasn't ever spoken about, not in a negative way. It just wasn't for some reason, and I actually never knew what it was until I went to college. So I graduated high school and went to college in 2014, and I think I've always kind of struggled with it, probably starting in high school. So I worked really hard and I was valedictorian, but I was such a perfectionist, and it wasn't like anyone was putting pressure on me. It was like I was putting pressure on myself constantly. Everything had to be perfect for me, and if something went wrong, then I went like just completely like berserk basically, and like I would just kind of spiral. So I think that was kind of the start of it, because I noticed with my anxiety a lot of times, like if something goes wrong, I just like completely kind of lose it. Like I can't control it, and I think I've done a little better of controlling it now. But then in 2016 I went through a really bad breakup, and I just spiraled into like a complete depression. I would like hardly ever leave my room. I would hardly do anything, which I know that's normal for a breakup, but I think that was just the trigger to, or the beginning of kind of triggering a lot of other things. And then junior year, I finally got a counselor at my university, and I started working through some of those issues that I was going through and a lot of different things. And then senior year of college, I started taking medication for my anxiety, and it was helping me, but I just felt like I wasn't myself when I took it. I just had to literally take it and go to sleep because I was so drowsy, and I just didn't like it. And I don't think I've honestly just found the right one for me. So if you are on medication, that is like 100%, I love that for you. And I think if you need medication for anything, I think that's where the stigma is around, is taking medication. But if it helps you, take it. You need to take it if it helps you. And find the right one for you too. I just haven't found the right one. I definitely am a huge proponent of being on medication and then also going to therapy. I think therapy, every single person should go to therapy, like no matter if you've gone through anything at all, or if you just want to have a third-party person to kind of talk through things through. I think everyone should go to therapy. So yeah, so then I graduated, and I kind of just like, I just stopped because I went to a psychiatrist, and my psychiatrist basically told me that I don't have anxiety, that I just deal with normal life stresses or stressors, and I just felt like I wasn't being taken seriously with my mental health, which was kind of disheartening because I was like, I'm here to get help because I know that I go through this, and she just basically told me like, you don't go through it though. That kind of stuck with my mind for a while, especially during the pandemic, and I'll get there. But yeah, so after college, I was binge drinking because that was kind of my only coping mechanism, which was binge drinking. I didn't really like where I lived. I was living in Springfield, the same town that I graduated from, and I wasn't really liking it. My friends had all moved away, and I just felt like I was kind of isolated. I lived by myself for the first time and everything, so I was just binge drinking like I was in college, but I had a full-time job, and so I was just kind of trying to balance like my job, but like trying to be a college student, but I wasn't a college student. It was just like the fun part of it. So I think everything was just kind of adding up, and then finally I decided to move to Kansas City. So I moved to Kansas City right before the pandemic, and then I was in isolation for 2 months. So it was like one thing after another, and this has been years of me like not taking care of myself. And then finally in August, probably August through December is when I was just really going through it. Like my anxiety was like at an all-time high. I was feeling depressed. I just was feeling so like I didn't deserve to be here kind of thing. So I decided to stop drinking, which is surprising I think to a lot of people, but to me drinking is so detrimental to my mental health. Like I cannot do it and like feel good about myself. Like it just, the feeling after, and it's like a whole week after, I just can't do it anymore. Not saying that I won't have like the occasional wine or seltzer or like a few drinks with my friends, but I just can't binge drink anymore. And I think that is so surprising to people, but I just want to be completely transparent of like that just the combination of everything was like very detrimental to me. So then finally I was like, okay, I need to quit this and I need to just work on myself, because another thing too is I'm such a people pleaser, and I think it's part of my anxiety. Like I just think people hate me constantly, like, and I know that's not true. It's just my anxiety telling me that like people hate me if I don't, or people will hate me if I don't do what they want me to do. So that was that's gone on for a long time, a long time, like probably since high school. So like 7 or 8 years. So I finally decided to kind of put myself first, which I think has helped me the most, because I have never put myself first ever. I've always people pleased my way through life. I've never said no to anything. I've always said yes, and never had time for myself. So I finally started putting myself first. And then I also recently just finished the program called I Am Why with Rachel Slauson. She is currently the Miss Utah USA, and it helped me honestly so much. I told people it was like group therapy, which it kind of is. It's like group therapy type thing, but it's kind of like a self-care workshop. So I finished that, and I just feel like I have kind of a little bit of a hold on my mental health. And I think it's just, once you start taking care of yourself and taking the steps to do so, it's like I don't feel like my anxiety takes over me anymore. Like I do feel anxious almost daily, but it's not like I feel like I'm drowning every day. And that's how I was feeling like the past 4 months. Like I just did not think I was going to get through that. And thank you so much to all the people that did reach out to me, because I would just go on Twitter and be like, I feel defeated, I feel this, and I wasn't even actually asking for help. I was just like ranting on the internet and hoping that maybe someone would listen to me, because I just didn't know how to ask for help from anyone. I just felt like, I don't know, I just felt like I didn't deserve that help, and I felt like I didn't deserve to be feeling the way that I was feeling, because everyone was feeling that way. And I just want to say, your feelings of anxiety and depression and anything, all your feelings are so valid, and I just want everyone to know that, because for me, I felt like my feelings were not valid for a long time, like years. And I just want to know that it's okay to feel the way that you feel, even in a global pandemic. Like even though a lot of people are going through the same things, your feelings are valid. And I had to have someone tell me that constantly, because I felt like my feelings weren't valid, and I felt like what I was going through was not worthy, or not worthy, but I just felt like my feelings weren't important enough or like big enough to be dealt with. And I just want to know, no matter what you're going through, even if it's something super small, like your feelings are valid. So that's kind of the message that I wanted to share. I know this is a long video, but I just wanted to be so transparent about my journey with mental health, and just continue to advocate for it in any way, shape, and form that I can. And it honestly feels so good to talk about it now. A lot of people didn't know that I suffered from anxiety and depression, except for like my close friends and family. And I think just because there's such a stigma around it, and a lot of people that don't go through it don't understand what it's like, and they would just be like, oh, well, just be positive, or just be happy, or just don't stress. And I'm like, stress is so different from anxiety. Like sometimes I'm stressed and anxious at the same time, and that's like a whole other thing. So yeah, so I will try to put some informational links below in the description. And thank you to everyone that that watched. I was scared that I was gonna get a little emotional. I'm just a very emotional person. But yeah, I just wanted to share this from the heart and kind of just talk about what I've gone through. So thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned for some fun interior design things. I promise those will get there. I just wanted to get a few messages across before I did that. And yeah, hope everyone has a great day. Bye.